up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So it is Friday. We are a little bit back on schedule. We're back doing the Friday market watch. So today we're going to be talking about Yubel, and very strictly Yubel only, because I've kind of been seeing some of these cards go up, and with the announcement of some of the new support, I've been noticing a lot of extra hype, and it makes me happy because, you know, cool, like I like seeing I like seeing the deck that I've decided to take interest in getting new support. But it also kind of sucks because I picked this deck because I kind of wanted it to be like a low-key rogue strategy. Even though it was fan favorite, I kind of thought that not everyone was going to be picking it up, but between the success, I wouldn't say success, but between some of the feature stuff and some of the stuff you saw in the YCS, combined with the new support that we're getting, I think a lot more people are going to be paying attention to Yubel. You know, like, a lot more people are going to be paying attention to Yubel than I thought. I'm still going to be running the deck. I'm still going to be trying it because I really do like its playstyle. But I do also want to highlight it because at the same time, I don't want to be keeping everything in the dark. So if you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe. If not, it is all cool. Try and get a 500 subscribers. Leave a cool comment down below if you want to be added to some kind of special list. When we get a 500, I'll be giving away something cool for those people that leave awesome comments. Without all that way, let's go ahead and get into the card. So Spirit Yubel originally kind of came out as, you know, pretty high because, you know, sneak peek, whatever, and then it kind of went down to about like 143, and it's kind of stayed around like the $1 mark. Like, you know, like I'm not saying this card went to like 20 cents and now it's going to 2, but it is starting to climb up, like I said, into that $2 range. You got 189, 190 with the 122 shipping, $2 with the 122 shipping, because like I said, TGG has upped its shipping, its price for shipping. It was about 99 cents, but now it's gone to 122 to kind of compensate for how things have gone up. I wish it would stay cheaper, because, you know, that's more ideal, but at the same time, me and a lot of people, everyone, we are spending way more when it comes to not only the material we use to ship things, but when it comes to the stamp itself. So this is just, you know, that's what happens. So we gotta make some changes around here. So with all that being said, we are looking at Spirit of Yubel going to the $2 range. I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of does potentially hit $5, because if this does become a hard hitting tier 1 deck, especially after we get a ban list and they curve the power of the Snake Eye deck, I really do feel like decks like Yubel can become a tier 1.5 threat, even tier 1 threat, depending on what extra stuff we get. Since RD Lotus is kind of in that same vein to where it was kind of going down until that 50-cent range, but now it is starting to slowly go up because people are seeing not only the hype, but they're seeing the cards they're getting, and the cards they're getting are not that bad, and the cards they have now are actually really good. Like, the cards they have now are able to make it a decent rogue strategy in this current meta. With the ban list and some extra support, this deck could potentially go up to tier 1. So, you know, be on the lookout. I'm probably gonna start picking these up. I might want to get these at $1 before anything kind of crazy happens. Maybe have a couple of sets. Nightmare Pain is another one that I saw kind of going up to $1. Right here, Nearman first at 110, 115. These are starting to slowly creep up. You're essentially, with the shipping, you're paying around $2 for this card, but probably in person you could maybe get like a set for like $3 to $4. This is really good and integral to the deck. Like, when I first play tested this, I really wasn't like, this was like an afterthought card, and then by the third game playing with my homie, I was like, wait a minute, this is one of the focal points. This is like one of the best freaking cards in the deck. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe not Spirit of Yubel, maybe Spirit of Yubel goes to like, stays at the 2 range, maybe goes to 3, but I could see Nightmare Pain being the one that kind of goes into the like, you know, the $3 to $5 range if things kind of go crazy, especially because, like I said, I mean, even though you could do a lot of the deck without Nightmare Pain really adds that extra element of your opponent really is discouraged from attacking, and then you're also able to like do, you know, being able to destroy things to get searches and whatnot. So, like I said, this is a really big part of the deck, and I could see this kind of going up to potentially 5 if the deck kind of goes crazy. Yubel, the Loving Defender. To be honest, this card has done nothing but go up. Originally, it went kind of down to like a little under $10, around the $8 range, but then it just done nothing but kind of shoot up. Went to 20, but now it's kind of going back down. To be honest, it went to 20 because during the weekend in the YCS, it did get a lot of feature matches, so there was a lot of people that were kind of on the hype. But like don't be fooled. This, at one point you could have got these for $8 to $9. Now you're pretty much paying $14 to $15. After this one's gone, you're essentially paying that solid $15 for these cards. It like I said, it really doesn't make sense because this is like a really good super poly target, but it's but I mean, obviously it's only really mostly effective in the Yubel strategy. But with the Yubel strategy having the ability to run so many hand traps, board breakers, the freedom of the deck, you are really kind of able to build the deck tailored to whatever's going on. So if it's a tier 0 format, then it's like, okay, then you can run all the tier 0 hate you want and still have the deck perform just as fine as it did if you were in like a tier, like a regular kind of format, simply because like you have so much room to run every other stuff. So this one right here going to $15 kind of makes sense. Initially I actually sold mine. I sold the extra copies I had, kind of thinking that, oh, these weren't really gonna do anything, but it was on me. I actually knew about the version of this deck with Unchained, and I was interested in it, and I kind of put it in the back of my mind, but you know what, I should have put this in the forefront. And it kind of like took a little bit of like, I guess because it's fan favorite, that's also why I should have kind of like took a little more into it. But at the same time, there's a lot of other stuff that I'm really trying to get done for this, not only this channel, but for different things that I'm doing in my regular life. So Yubel is another card that I want to talk about. At one point, these were like just crazy expensive. The freaking rares were like minimum $12. You got the super rares right here. They're like market price 25, but they're 13. But I kind of want to focus on the reprint. The Battles of Legends Chapter 1, it is going for $8. To be honest, if you're trying to run this deck like me, just get the ultra rare. Just go to I would just bite the bullet, because I really do feel like this stuff could go up. Like Battles of Legends Chapter 1 was not the craziest set, so that could be like a reprint set that people initially pick up, but like a couple weeks after the set kind of drops, people are just going to completely kind of like, I won't say forget about it, but people are not really going to be too hardcore into it, and there might be a lot of sealed product kind of being holed up. So I do feel like potentially these cards, I wouldn't say go up like hardcore, but if people are not super crazy about Battles of Legend Chapter 1 and you have Yubel becoming a tier 1 strategy after potential ban list, I do feel like these could shoot up. So I would get these sooner rather than later. I already have mine set up, so I just need a little bit more for the deck. Yubel Terra Incarnate. This is another one that I usually see like people like run the deck. I guess same thing. You got the rares right here for $8, ultras for $6, secrets for about $20. I would just go with these right here. These ultra rares are around the $3 range. I know depending on the build you're doing, you need at least one original Yubel and then one of either the Terra Incarnate or one of the other one. So like I said, just get the Battles of Legends Chapter 1 before anything happens. The $3, if you get it for like 2 in a bundle deal, I would just kind of pick it up, because maybe like someone pulled this and kind of was unhappy about it. So that's kind of something there. And then you got the Yubel, the Ultimate Nightmare. Like I said, this is kind of depending on the build you're trying to do. Like most people kind of skip this version and they just want like the Terra Incarnate. That's kind of all they need. But this one right here, depending on what you're trying to do, could be kind of interesting. The ultra rare, like I said, we're ignoring the other ones. The ultra rare is in the $2 to $3 range. Like I said, $3.41. I would just get the, try to see if you get it for like $2. That's kind of like a more fair price. And the last card I want to talk about is Super Polymerization itself. Just if you're thinking about playing this deck and you didn't pick up your Super Polys a long time ago, when me and a lot of other people were telling you to do it, you've pretty much missed your opportunity, and these cards are expensive. I feel like Super Poly is a card that could get a reprint like at any moment, but this is one of the cards where like literally not too long after its reprint, the card could just go up again, because it is just so much in demand, especially when it's at 3. If it's at 1, then it's a different story, because like then this card becomes a little bit sacky, becomes more techy, becomes more side decky. But while it's at 3 and you have you kind of running a dedicated going second deck, or you're running this Yubel strategy, which literally incorporates kind of Super Poly not only in its lore but in like one of its cards, or the trap card, you really do you really kind of bring this card to the forefront, and it's like it's kind of impossible for you to sit here and not see an expensive version. You're paying $7 for the common version. You're paying about like $8 for the rares. This is like a $6 common. Like I said, if you don't have your copies, I would go ahead and pick up these commons, because like I said, I do want to kind of emphasize a little bit more of a budget. So out of all these, like I said, if you're just trying to go budget, I would just pick up these commons right here before anything happens. You once you get near mint first dead, they are like $6 to $7. Like I said, maybe you go to your locals, you could see someone that could give you a deal for like a set for $15. there's a possibility that these cards can get reprinted pretty soon, and I'm not saying they're not going to go reprinted, but at the same time, Konami could kind of like, maybe you want to wait until the Jesus Christ, where could Konami put this? Probably in the, let's see, hold up. No, Jesus Christ, hold on. Where did my scroll? There we go. Probably, I would say Konami would put this in the second rarity collection. I was just drawing a blank. I couldn't bring the word rarity collection out of my mouth right now, and I just had to go and look at the set. The second rarity collection. Rarity collection 2 is going to be coming out pretty soon, and I can see Super Poly being in there, but I could, you know what? Let me just stop it right there. If Super Poly comes in that set, it's gonna solve pretty much the whole issue because it'll be reprinted multiple different times. So if Konami decides to reprint this in the rarity collection 2, then expect this card's price to go down, and me telling you to buy the common was a bad idea. But if you are trying to play this Yubel deck right here, right now, and you need Super Poly, I would just, like I said, I know you see the premium golds right here, $3-4, but like I said, they're all going to be fluctuating. I would just see if you could get 3 commons for $5 each. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out, and I'll catch you on the next one.